All right, let's talk about the book of Revelation. For so many of us, it's the most confusing, maybe the most intimidating book in the entire Bible. It can feel like this total jumble of symbols and prophecies that are almost impossible to wrap your head around. But what if the problem isn't the book itself? What if it's the way we've been taught to read it?
I mean, seriously, what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if Revelation isn't some cryptic puzzle box that we're supposed to decode, but it's actually a script for a grand cosmic drama that's meant to be performed? Because if you start to approach it that way, well, suddenly the structure, the language, the message, it all starts to click.
And our first big clue is hiding in plain sight, right there in the opening lines. Blessed is he who reads aloud. Now, to us that might not sound like a huge deal, but in the first century world where this was written, there was really only one type of literature that was specifically designed to be read aloud to an audience, and that was a play. It's a massive hint that we're supposed to experience this thing, not just read it quietly.
You've probably heard of the Deus ex machina in Greek plays, right? It's where a god shows up at the very end to magically fix all the problems. Well, Revelation flips that concept completely on its head. It gives us what you could call a Deus Apocalypton. Here, Christ shows up right at the beginning, and he isn't there to resolve the plot. He's there to explain the meaning of everything that's already happened, to set the stage for the entire drama of history itself.
Okay, so if Revelation is a play, what's the plot? Well, this is where it gets really incredible. This framework reveals this powerful central metaphor. It's that all of human history is actually one epic, high-stakes cosmic race.
So, early in the vision, John sees Christ standing among 7 golden lampstands. Now, these aren't just stage props. They form a menorah, and according to this interpretation, that menorah is really a prophetic clock. Each of those 7 lamps represents what's called a prophetic day, and each day symbolizes 1,000 years.
And this is the timeline of that race. For the first 3 days, that's 3,000 years, the seed of the serpent, a term for the influence of evil, gets a massive head start. It's running unopposed. Then, on day 4, 4,000 years into the race, Christ enters. And that timing is so specific, isn't it? It echoes the story of Lazarus, where Jesus shows up 4 days late, stepping in right at the moment when all hope seems completely lost.
After Christ's ascension, the race turns into a relay. The church takes the baton, and each of the 7 churches in Revelation represents a different historical age, a new leg in the race, and it is a brutal competition. The source material points out this pattern of struggle that mirrors the book of Proverbs, which says that even if the righteous fall 7 times, they get back up. In this race, they fall 6 times, but that 7th rise, that's the final ultimate victory.
So, after this millennial-long race, how does it all end? Well, not with a whimper, I can tell you that. It ends with a bang. And this brings us to the climax, an idea that completely reframes the popular concept of the Rapture.
The difference here is just night and day. On one hand, you have the common idea of a secret pre-tribulation rapture, where the church just sort of vanishes to escape all the hard stuff. But this interpretation, it paints a totally different picture. It's a public post-tribulation event. It's not an escape from the race. It's the dramatic, visible photo finish at the end of the final lap.
So what does a cosmic photo finish actually look like? Well, the key image for this grand finale is something powerful, instantaneous, and absolutely impossible to miss. A flash of lightning.
And this isn't just some cool poetic metaphor. No, it's anchored directly in Scripture. Jesus himself uses this exact image in Matthew 24 to describe his return. He says it's not going to be secret or hidden. It's going to be as visible and undeniable as a flash of lightning that fills the entire sky.
And get this, the actual physics of how lightning works provides the perfect analogy. Lightning forms when a charge from the clouds, a leader, comes down, and a charge from the ground, a streamer, rises up to meet it. In this view, the second coming works the exact same way. Christ ascends from above, the church ascends from below, and the moment they meet, bam! That's the instantaneous, brilliant flash of light. That's the photo finish that decides the race for all time.
Now, you might be hearing all this photo finish stuff and thinking it sounds really different from what you've heard before. And that's fair. It kind of begs the question, where did that more common idea of a secret rapture actually come from? The history is, well, it's pretty fascinating.
So let's just ask the question straight up. This idea of a secret rapture, is it an ancient Christian doctrine that goes all the way back to the beginning?
According to the research behind this framework, the short answer is no. This view says that for the first 1,800 years of church history, nobody taught a pre-tribulation rapture.
The whole concept first popped up in the 1830s, starting with the visions of a Scottish girl named Margaret MacDonald. It was then systematized and made popular by a theologian named John Nelson Darby. This would make it a relatively modern theological development.
So let's just boil it all down to the 3 keys this framework gives us. 1. Seeing Revelation as a Greek play unlocks its structure. 2. Understanding history as a cosmic race unlocks the timeline. And 3. Viewing the end as a photo finish unlocks the dramatic climax.
And when you put it all together, this incredible idea emerges that maybe the book of Revelation was intentionally written like a time capsule, a message encoded 2,000 years ago, but designed to be fully understood by only one generation, the one that would find itself running the final critical lap of this cosmic race.
And that, of course, leaves us with one final, very provocative question to think about. If all of history is a race to a photo finish, what lap do you think we're on?